I just went for a 2-hour walk. That's 40 blocks. And my Pace app says, I'm lightly active. Get fucked. I received a package from DHL. Like I just said in my previous video, I spent a couple of $100 or several $100s on resupplying everything. I've got acetone around here somewhere. I've lost the acetone. Doesn't matter. There's that. And there's that. Okay. This video is irrelevant. Okay, this video is irrelevant because I'll tell you what's inside here, even though I thought it was all glue and stuff. Oh my god, that smells like maple syrup. I got 10 bottles of butterscotch vape juice. How long have I been wearing this thing for? So, that's cool. Completely irrelevant to you. Yeah, butterscotch is my favorite. I was trying to figure out a way to reduce the smoke that comes out of one of these things. And the answer is reduce the VG instead of the PG, which is the vegetable glycol. I think there's vegetable glycerin and I can't remember what PG stands for. Petroleum glycol. I can't remember. Anyway, it's the vegetable glycerin or something that makes it really smoky. Irrelevant to you. Irrelevant. So I went and attacked my hair yesterday with thinning scissors and just fucking smashed it. This is the arse end hairpiece from the previous video. Still wearing it. The main problem back here has been, I don't know why this flickering is happening. 1 second. Hopefully we can get the light in sync. If I do this, no, I can't reduce the flickering. That doesn't generally happen at 30 frames a second. Sorry. Can't get rid of it. I thought I'd broken my beard trimmer, but then I pushed this in and it clicked back in and it worked again. I thought I'd have to recharge the batteries and all sorts of stuff, but didn't. But the thing is, because I thought it was broken and I still had some Christmas money left over, I went and ordered a Braun beard trimmer, so now I've got an extra beard trimmer. That reminds me, occasionally you got to go through your house and get rid of electrical goods that aren't worth anything and they're shitty and old and broken. Just chuck them out. Put them in the recycling or whatever. Often they'll contain a battery, so you probably should dispose of that properly. Oh, fuck. So this is the arse end of an S22 unit. ISO o'clock. 051. ISO o'clock. And what's happened is the back end of it, I don't know why, but it keeps coming off. Back here at the perimeter. When I first put it on, it was really buffing out heaps, like really fluffing right up, right? And I used the thinning scissors to massively cut down the bulk. So those thinning scissors have come in quite handy. I thought I'd fuck this up because I put it underwater and stuff, but it was just that this thing had popped out and see one of the blades is broken. That's not relevant. I pushed this thing back in because this pops out. I've never done it before, but I did it at that time and I thought it was broken. I've got a brawn coming with a bunch of different attachments and stuff so I can shave my balls and stuff without nicking the sack. This hairpiece is a bit realistic, I guess. Once it's brushed forward like this. I got rid of a lot of the bulk around here, but I didn't do it uniformly. I just went whatever I could feel. I don't have this mirror system set up anymore. So I just did by feel. If you look at it carefully, you can see the Auschwitz tag shining through saying, "Hi guys, I'm still here," right? I sent an email to Nancy at Lord Hare requesting that she do a Skype interview with me so we can do a report on what's going on with the COVID situation, with the lack of worldwide deliveries, etc. What's causing the delays and the high prices and the bullshit. And exactly where things are made. I don't want to know the secrets of her company, I suppose, because, well, maybe not her company, Lord Hare's company, because that might be something that would jeopardize their profits. Like if they're doing nothing except on selling things that they've just bought from Alibaba, then they won't want us to know that. But I don't think they are. I think they cut and shape and do all the different things. They do a full service. But I don't know exactly what their involvement is, because they said the reason for my delays, for my hair pieces, my custom orders, that I ordered back in June, and it's now January. In fact, it's the 19th. It's actually the 20th of January 2021. It's inauguration day when it becomes this date in America. But I'm pretty sure the Earth has not rotated away from the sun yet in such a way that the sun has set on the 19th. Definitely not. In about 10 hours, the sun will set in America on that day. And America's wide, probably 4,000 kilometers wide, so I think the sun will set in Los Angeles first, and then it will set later in New York. Is that right? Maybe 3 hours from left to right as the satellite flies. Okay, so I'm hoping that interview will go ahead. This hairpiece has a shitty airline. I did a little bit of a touch up today, tiny one, because I could feel it lifting just there. I peeled it back, held it back with this in my hair, and then didn't really clean it, just applied some more glue. But what I've also ordered on top of the glue, I got 10 of these, right? 2 bottles of spray, different company, whatever was cheapest. I think I got a 4-pack of alcohol spray. Might have got a couple of C22 units. I think I told you already that I tried to order all these things, including these I tried to order Devlin Green instead of these from hairdirect.com, but the shipping costs were $150 American, so that's about $200 Australian, at least $225 Australian. And for $225, I can get a lot of glue and stuff, right? So that was a big, crazy price. I couldn't ever find Devlin Green anywhere else apart from hairdirect.com. Anywhere else that I've seen it on Google, I go to the link and it's broken. So it's no longer available. Devlin Green seems to have gone out of business. Or they're not pushing their product hard enough. Something. They're fucked. So the way I perceive this is this and this are very similar. This is thinner. The runniness is a lot thinner. These are both used I don't like the packaging on this because you can't see how much glue is ever. In this, you can clearly see how much glue is left in the bottle all times, right? And they've got the brush a little bit longer than this one because at least, see, in this one, the brush isn't even touching the bottom, even with the lid fully shut. In this one, they've bent the brush at the bottom so that you've got more reach. Once the lid is off on this thing, you can't even see the brush anymore. It's up there. You see that? That's why you can never, that's maximum push down, right? You can never reach the bottom. So that annoys me, plus the plastic label they've got that covers over everything and you can't see what's going on inside as well. Aside from that, there's another aspect of these two glues that are different, and that is viscosity. This is thicker glue, mozzarella. You pull the brush away after twisting it and trying to get rid of the mozzarella that connects your head to the brush, and there's always that fucking spider web. With this one, it breaks off pretty cleanly. It's a lot more watered down, which also means that you can paint a thinner layer on, get the same amount of hold. And I get the feeling this gives you a bit less hold than this because of its thickness. If you painted this as thin as this could be painted by default, you'd probably get the same product. There's no need for Walker Tape Ultra Hold to be that thin. And when I say Walker Tape, that's the name of the company. It's a stupid name. They should just change it to Walkers or Walker or something, not Walker Tape, because they sell adhesives now. So it's confusing. Anyway, I found it hard to get the glue into this perimeter. And because when you pull this forward and you hold either this down or this down, but unless you have two hair pieces, you can't do both. And there's always a chance that you'll get glue all over inside these hairs here because it's awkward. What I ended up doing was pulling the whole thing down as far as I could without ripping off the front, because that was already done, and then gluing it, which is wise. It's wise. You sacrifice that bit you've done. It's the same thing. You're just using a bit of extra glue, right, to get that extra bit down that you've peeled, just so you can have good access. But there's one thing that I bought recently that might help with that, and that is 5 3mm syringes. I don't have a syringe on hand, but it could help me right across the board. This is 1.4 fluid ounces, which nobody understands what the fuck that means. This is 0.5 fluid ounces. This is also sold in 0.5 fluid ounce. Just fucking get with the times, America. All the glue seems to come from America, and we have to deal with fluid ounces. Like some Neanderthal. Fucking stupid, man. Mils, milliliters. That's the way the world does it now. Wake up. Anyway, you're about to experience a civil war and there will no longer be any glue available. Let's hope that there's no violence tomorrow. Today's date anyway. Tomorrow, in terms of where the earth is facing for America. Let's hope that Biden doesn't get shot in the face, and that cars aren't turned upside down and the whole cities catch on fire because crazy Trump supporters want to fuck up everything because they feel like they were lied to, that it was a rigged election. That's a whole bunch of bullshit, man. I don't even know what Melania's going to do. I reckon Sportsbet and other betting companies will be allowing people to place bets soon on how long Melania and Trump will remain together for. According to Stephen Colbert's sketch, she's just waiting for the prenuptial agreement to expire so then she can take off. So maybe the next day, that would be the day of the divorce paperwork. It'll all be done under the radar, and then suddenly Trump is single, but we don't hear about him anymore, hopefully. He's not on Twitter anymore, he's not on Facebook. He's lost all of his power. But according to Sam Harris, this is irrelevant to hair, I'm sorry. According to Sam Harris, the removal of Trump from Twitter was amazing. But the ex-leader of the FBI, can't remember his name, he said Trump was just a figurehead for what everyone was already thinking in terms of that whole overthrow the government and anyway, it's not my business really, except it's the world's business a bit, because if you don't fucking lead us, America, then China will. Please stay in charge. I know you're violent. You blow up people because you want their oil and shit. But there is good in you, I can feel it. So this hairpiece right now, seems fine. So long as I don't show the hairline. This is a backwards hairpiece. What do I have to report to you today? Nothing, except I received a whole bunch of vape juice. And the reason this is important for me, and I had bought a whole bunch of them, is because Australia is becoming draconian and wants to ban the use of e-cigarettes. If that happens, I'm addicted to nicotine. I use it for antidepressant purposes, and now I'm addicted as well. So whether I like it or not, it's my medicine. I'll have to go back to smoking cigarettes again. $450 a carton. That's about $450 a week for me. I'd be better off flying to Bali, smoking as much as I want, looking around Southeast Asia a bit, and flying home for that price. But you can't bring cigarettes back into the country. I don't know what the rule is now. I think it's 25 cigarettes is the maximum cigarette you can bring in, one packet. Might even be 20 now. They're really cracking down on tobacco. They're trying to make it illegal pretty much. That's like the prohibition against alcohol, isn't it? I know that alcohol never affects anyone else when you drink it. While the world is legalizing marijuana and encouraging smoking almost. Now, the thing is most people don't want to smoke, really, to be honest. They want to have edibles and stuff. Anyway, this is not to do with hair, is it? No. This entire article, this video, this episode, is brought to you by Disco Clouds, the one best flavor there is. This is from vaporize.co.nz. We've got to buy it from New Zealand and import it because it's illegal to sell it in Australia, but it's not illegal to import it yet. Last July, and then in January, and now maybe again in August, they're trying to ban it forever. So that it's just totally has to be smuggled in fucking toilet rolls or some shit. Anyway, what else? What other news is there? Yeah, I've been having discussion with some of the people in the comments section about places you can actually buy cheaper hair pieces at this point in history, given what's happening with COVID and stuff. Just keep reading those comments. I just received one now. Lol, the choice is yours, of course, but that's S. His name is S. That's his entire name. I think we're talking about how long a hairpiece can last. I say it lasts 1 month. He's saying no. There are people who actually can make it last for 10 months. A hairpiece. Not a good hairpiece. Probably talking about a wig or something. But he says, or she says, his name is S, or her name is S. Don't know. Say if you're a boy or a girl, please. Not that it matters. Why don't you also tell me your dick or vagina size and your fucking skin color as well while we're at it. Your gender is irrelevant. And your species. I assume human. He says, it says, N says, N is my word for he or she. I think it's a good placeholder because N means one in Spanish or something, in Latin or whatever. N is good. N equals he or she. It's a good non-gender specific word, pronoun. And es, is my word for his or hers or its. Like instead of saying it's a boy, like you're talking about my baby as if it's an it, as if it's an it, as if N is an it. No, you say N's a boy. So any sentient being N or S, they're my two things. They're not like the letters of the alphabet, they sound like them, but EN and ES are the new pronouns. I used to go heth, and I used to go shayas with an A connected to an E, like encyclopedia, because I was trying to invent the new genderless pronoun for my book, because I was writing a story about something that didn't have a gender, a particle of light, basically. That was my story, the adventure of this particle of light. Anyway, so I couldn't use it because it made N seem insignificant. But N had a soul, or whatever you want to call it, intelligence, consciousness. Therefore, I didn't feel like it was appropriate. So I had to invent a pronoun that would be applicable. And a possessive version of the pronoun, etc. is, instead of her and hers and hers and his, and its, and one and one's, and they, because they is the main pronoun that people use when they don't know the gender. Irrelevant, stupid. Their, they, theirs, N and S. If I can use it, spread the word, make it go viral. Thank you. So, what was I going to say? Something about hair lasting for 10 months. That's crazy, S. It's crazy. People with silk pillows who don't shower. What the fuck kind of lives are you living? My friend's texting me to ask if I want to play Age of Empires. I hung up on him yesterday, but he's still after me. He still wants to play because he loves the glory. All right, I'll fucking kick his ass. All right, I'll see you later.